How's it going? Welcome back. My name is Jonathan. Now you're probably wondering why Bitcoin didn't hit 100K. Well, I'm going to show you what we talked about in our monthly forecast. And we have our monthly forecast here. You can see we're in the monthly forecasting with WD Gann. And right here, I've got the November 2024 directional bias for Bitcoin. So what did the directional bias for Bitcoin suggest? Well, it suggested that the markets will likely fall lower into the start of November and then rally hard. The green curve just continued to rally harder, while the black curve sort of had a pullback around maybe around the 9th into the 13th time period, and then it was to rally higher up until around the 19th, make sort of a double top around the 22nd, and then sort of both of the curves were trading down into around the 27th. After the 27th, well, both curves are pointing up again. So it's good to get these synchronicities in these curves. As you can see, both curves kind of point down into this period. They then push higher. It's around this area here that we'd be looking for some indecision in the market. Whether the curve's going to top out early or just keep going on, we don't know for sure which curve's playing out until we get these sort of actions coming in. Now, I run two curves because they're based on two different cycles that are playing out in Bitcoin. Both of them relating to the moon in one form or another. It's actually pretty interesting. And then the sensitive points that we were watching was basically this topping pattern right here. Now, while everyone was watching for 100K on Bitcoin, as you can see, Bitcoin at the start of November when we published this was only at 65,000. So it has skyrocketed since then. What we can see is that this period up here, where I'm circling the chart, would have been indecision in the market. And this is a time period where we wouldn't want to be buying in because we're likely to be buying in to a potential top, whether temporary or permanent. As the market fell into possibly the 27th, 28th, we'd be looking for possibly a bottom to occur. Now, it's just this end of month rally that we'd be looking for next. So after the next couple of days, we might be looking for an end of month rally. We need to see actually how this plays out because this could either invert or be accurate. Okay, now let me show you what I mean. I'm going to switch over to the Optima chart right now. Now what we have right here is the actual play out. For now, I don't have the next day's data on the chart, so we don't actually get to see this market fall down into around the 25th area. However, we did top out around the 22nd. And as we can see, we also found a low around here too. So the market was trading downwards. Would have been looking for a low in the market around here. Strong push up. As we can see, the black line here, the green line was a steady, slow push up and then a sharp rally in this point. However, the black line sort of topped out here, moved lower. This is kind of around the election time frame, but it's at a direct inversion of this top one right here. So we can see this low to this high point is a direct inversion. I'm not sure if you can see that correctly because of all the lines. But right here, we go down, down, down into this point, and here we go up, up, up into this point. So this black one was a direct inversion. And then we sort of just trade up until around this point here. There was no sort of market action. Instead, the green one continued to move on. They both of them top out in this one right here. So that's what I'm trying to explain. And then they both are pointing down. So we use this dual curve functionality to give us an idea on what's likely to occur. This would not be a buy zone and this would not be a $100,000 zone. Okay, this would be a caution zone. Then we push lower. Okay, you see what I'm trying to explain to you? We push lower. After we push lower, well, we're now trying to find out if we get that direct inversion, which we had on the black line here, where we had the direct inversion down, or if the market's going to push higher. So if it inverts, well, we simply flip this line. We get this line right here, and we flip it down. Okay, that's an inversion in the market, and that could mean that this top right here on the 22nd of November was at the top of the top for this month. Okay, we're only looking at the month of November. So this next 2-3 days out into the end of November, whether it inverts or not is going to be foreseen. If it doesn't invert, we could be looking for rising prices after about 2 or 3 more days. Okay, so that's just something to consider. Now, both of the curves actually suggest that the market's going to break the old top, so we could actually see $100,000 this month. However, it doesn't necessarily guarantee that the market is going to push higher on the curve than the actual price. And what I mean by that is we see this sharp drop down on the curve. Okay. However, price was only sort of steadily going down. So it doesn't directly relate to price, but it does give us a hint on direction. And this is the directional bias that we run for the month of November. So that's all I have. I'm going to cut this video off now. And I hope this was interesting to one or two of you as to why we wouldn't have been bullish Bitcoin around this time period right here.